Future Tech Unleashed. We have some amazing news today that will change the whole field of robots, and Google's DeepMind Lab has released Mobile Aloha, a revolutionary method for manipulating phones with both hands. Let's put it another way. Meet your new robot cook. How does it work though? Let's get into the specifics. Mobile Aloha isn't your normal kitchen helper. It's a mix of cutting-edge AI imitation learning and cutting-edge robotics. What is the main goal? Like taking on tricky jobs that robots had trouble with in the past, like cleaning, cooking, and even putting chairs away. Think about having an artificial chef that watches how you cook and does what you tell it to do. How then does Mobile Aloha do this? The magic is in how AI learns to imitate. The robot observes human behavior patterns and picks up new skills by copying what it sees. The bimanual robotic system figures out how to do a new job by looking at the steps that need to be taken. The Stanford team says with Mobile Aloha, we then perform supervised behavior cloning, which means they teach the robot to copy the behavior they see. No training with static Aloha datasets makes this learning process better. Aloha has some really cool features that make it stand out. With only 50 practice runs, this amazing robot can saute and serve shrimp, open a two-door wall cabinet to store heavy cooking pots, call and enter an elevator, and even use a kitchen tap to rinse a used pan. Because this robot can do so many things, it makes me think of a time when complicated housework is no longer needed. Of course, things aren't always easy in the world of computer cooking. It's almost funny how the leftovers are a mix of bumbles, bashes, and other mistakes. As in spite of this, these mistakes show how Mobile Aloha is growing. It's not always right, but when it is, the robot does amazing things. At this point, let's talk about a worry that many people have. How AI will affect human jobs with a focus on finding a balance between protecting current jobs and exploring AI's huge potential. The U.S. administration has taken the first steps toward writing governance and guidelines. As you as the message is clear, AI has a lot of potential, but it also has some problems that need to be thought through carefully. One worry about AI is that robots might take over jobs that humans used to do. Some people are worried about recent demos, like an artist robot that looks incredibly real and a robot that beat a physical and mental challenge. But Mobile Aloha is a bright spot because it shows that AI ain't about replacing people, but about learning how to do certain jobs from them. When we talk about learning, we can't forget about Cyber, a robot that learns in small steps. It remembers both its mistakes and its wins, which helps it learn how to deal with problems in the real world over time. It shows how AI is always changing and how it can keep getting better based on experience. With the rise of robots like Cyber and Mobile Aloha, it's important to find a good mix. AI should work with human skills to make our lives easy and make sure that workers are still needed and interested in their jobs. The White House recognizes that AI has a lot of promise, but it also stresses the need for responsible governance to lessen any bad effects. We should think about the ethical issues that come up with these technological advances while we are amazed by how well Mobile Aloha and other AI-driven innovations work. While the idea of a robot doing housework may be exciting, it makes us think about how it might affect society as a whole. It is impossible to ignore the more problems that come up when machines do jobs that humans have usually done. It gets harder to tell the difference between ease and losing your job. How can we make sure that using AI and robots in everyday life doesn't cause a lot of people to lose their jobs? Finding the right mix is important, and it will take work from tech leaders, policymakers, and everyone in society. Because of these worries, the U.S. administration's moves toward AI governance are good. It is important to make rules that will help AI technologies be developed and used responsibly. The goal is not to stop new ideas, but to make sure that progress is in line with moral standards. This will lead to a world where technology and people both do well. Even though there are social concerns, we can't ignore the huge potential that AI has for our society. These new technologies have the ability to make our lives better in ways that have never been seen before. They can make everyday tasks easier and push the limits of what's possible. Mobile Aloha and similar apps are more than just tools. They're a big step forward in our quest for ease and efficiency. As we move through this uncharted area, it is very important for regulators, businesses, and universities to work together. Open conversations about the effects of AI on society, such as the loss of jobs, are necessary to find answers that work for everyone. Not only is it about the technology, but also about how we properly use it in our daily lives. With the way people communicate with and accept AI technologies is another important factor in their success. And for these new ideas to become a normal part of our lives, most people need to understand and accept them. Activities that teach people about the pros and cons of AI will be very helpful in making the relationship between people and robots good. The fact that Mobile Aloha is now doing routines in the kitchen is just the beginning. In the future, robots will help with more than just housework. They will also be used in healthcare, education, and disaster relief. We need to steer the course in a way that helps all people because there are so many ways this could be used. Finally, Google's Mobile Aloha's release is a major turning point in the ongoing story of AI and robots. It shows how creative people can be and how hard they work to come up with new ideas. As we step into a new era, let's be responsible about these technological advances and make sure that the world we build is one where technology makes our lives better without sacrificing our core values.